Welcome to Nature's Glory Cabin Off-Road. Today it's more of a how I did it, not a how-to technical edition. Installing the Starlink Mini in our JL Wrangler. The way we do it, so we leave it in all the time so that I can plug and unplug when I want to turn the power on or not. But we got it set up, but we eventually are going to make mounts for all of the Jeeps so we can put them in those as well. Today we're doing something a little different. I don't know if any of y'all have been out with me. I am going to install my Starlink. It has been installed previously, but I'm going to show you what I did to install it. And here, of course, is the star of the show, the Starlink Mini. We've got a a silicone rubber cover here that fits right over. I've taken this apart. I've had it all together. Notice got a little dirt on there. And we have some ram mounts, dual-ended. We've got a 1.5-inch ball ram mount adapter for the Starlink. We have the double-ended ball will fit in between. I'll show you how I do that. There's the factory power that came with the Starlink, got about a 100-foot cable. And here is another cable that has a triple-ended, and you'll see the barrel end for the Starlink there. But I also have 3 ways to power it if something happens. As you see from these pictures, how I kind of mocked it up before I started actually doing anything. There's a hole in the sport bar that I end up mounting it to. Here we're jumping forward. I'm at Off-Road and Overland Unlimited. They are installing the power. Right now we are switching the power out. We got the wrong one. I got a dual installed. I'll show you more of that later. I don't take the top off, so we leave it in all the time. I have multiple power points in various places. This one here is just to run the Starlink Mini and a camera on the left-hand side of the Jeep if I want to run that camera on that side. So as you can see here, I got this sped up quite a bit, but you can just see we got a little tent style holder there with the USB ports in it. It has a 65 watt on the top and a 35 watt on the bottom for a total of 100 watts. The Starlink Mini, I think they say it takes a maximum of 45 to start it up. I wanted a little bit of buffer to make sure I had plenty, and so we got the 65 watt. Now I'm not using the Starlink Mini. A lot of people use the added power adapters, what do you want to call those. There's the hole again right there. And here we are drilling out and getting ready to put an insert in. I didn't have one at home, or I could have done this myself. So it needs to be drilled out, tapped for the helicoil, and then put the ball adapter on here. This is where to screw one in. This one screws in. He's tapping it right now. I did skip over a lot of this because there wasn't no reason to see all this constant fiddling with it. But anyway, the power was done first. Now we're doing the bolt hole in the sport bar so we can mount the ball in. It threads in, I believe it's an M8. There are links to everything down in this description that I use to create this. Not the helicoil, of course, but all the other parts are down in the description. So hope y'all enjoy this. We're going to keep talking here for a minute as we finish this, because here in just a minute we're going to have that done and we'll see the ball getting screwed in. You can't see it real well. We don't have a lot of space in here, and I'm trying to operate the camera while they're doing it. He's putting a helicoil in there now, and now he's threading the ball on. There it is. Now let's show you how I'm powering it. That right there is a PowerWorks power adapter charger. It has a 65 watt top and a 45 watt bottom. Both of them are USB-C. And I have put on a 90-degree connector, and you can see the cable I've got going up there. That's the cable I'm using. It's a USB-C to Starlink cable. There's links to all this stuff at the bottom, so you'll be able to find them. You may have misunderstood me when I said I kept it powered all the time. I don't keep it powered all the time. You can see here I've got the 90-degree. I do have full power to this spot. If I want to turn on my Starlink, I just plug it in right there. I use the angle because I'm afraid if I pull up on it, it's going to break things, just with that adapter. And the other one on the bottom I end up using for my cameras. There's another wire right here. If I want to use my left side camera, I can plug it in there. So I got a dual power here for a reason. Well, let's start with putting a double ball adapter together. These things are spring loaded, so when you tighten them up, they clamp down. So we're going to put one on each end, just like that. Snug them down just a little bit Not really much just yet because we've got more to do. So that's how they fit. We're going to go up there like that. I think I had a picture at the beginning how you might see it. So we'll see how that works in a minute. Let's go put the adapter in the back of the Starlink. Alright, here's our Starlink antenna for satellite. First thing we need to do is plug the power in because the adapter slips over it and holds it in. And there's the adapter. It goes in like so. Drop everything, and it just snaps in and it stays in place. So let's put that together. All right, now let's start assembling the arms. What you hadn't seen before was I have a ball here. There's a mount in the, I guess they call this a sport bar, not really a roll bar. And it wasn't quite the right size. That's a M8, and I needed to have it threaded and insert. Had to put a helicoil in it in order for it to work. It's nice and tight. Now I've used this for a while, so it's nice and solid. But you want to make sure you do. You don't want it to turn counterclockwise and unscrew. So I put all the weight on the right side, so that if it slips any, it's going to keep pressure on it, keep it tight and not loosen up. Almost forgot, I need to put the silicone cover on it. What this will do is it'll give it some padding between it and the roof and give it just a little bit so it won't rattle as much. It doesn't really rattle anyway, but it'll protect both the satellite and the roof. Now this is something that you probably won't get to work everywhere because this Wrangler has a fiberglass roof. This fiberglass roof, you know what that means? That means that it can transmit through it, as opposed to steel. So we'll position these and tighten them up, get it up tight against the roof. And pretty much that's how it's going to work. So I've got it for full power. So full power means it's on all the time. It's not ignition switched. So when I turn it on, it works. It does a good job. I've used it at our cabin. I've been 100 or more feet away and been able to connect to it and use it. And of course it's not perfectly aligned being against the roof. You want to switch it around. That's what these bars will let you do. And you can aim it a little better over time. So, well, there it is. There's the install. I hope everybody likes it. And I've noticed, you know, if you noticed, I pulled the wires a little bit. I got zip ties holding them to the sport bar, and I've been using this. This is actually a grinder tool to tighten these up. You gotta get these things pretty tight because of the weight. It bounces around. Sometimes it comes down, but it doesn't hurt anything, and I've had pretty good luck with it. All in all, I've been very happy with it. Use it in multiple areas, and use it many times. It did better than I thought it would do. We've used it in emergency situations as well. Hope everybody likes this. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. We'd love to hear what you're thinking. Thanks for watching.